Hey there, YouTubers, collectors, and Thundercats fans. This is Salvador Los Angeles here with my review of Thundercats figures or figurines, or maybe little action figures, depending on how you qualify it. These are made by Bandai, and they consist of Panthro, Tigra, Mumm-ra, Lion-O, Slith, and Chitara. I left the price tag on here. Originally, when these first came out, I saw them at Toys R Us for about $24.99. Then they started slowly going down, and then they got down to Toys R Us about 22. They were still about 22, 23 bucks. Then I saw them here at a discount store for $12.99, and I had to have them. They're just a really cool set. I don't normally collect figures in this scale, but I think that they're just a really cool and fun set, and it looks like they might have a moderate amount of articulation, or should I say a minimum amount of articulation in order to pacify some people, but I just assumed at first that these were just little figurines without articulation. But when I looked here, it looks like Lion-O is looking at and punching Slith. But when I looked at the other boxes of other versions of this, he was not facing Slith. So I like that Lion-O was facing Slith. That was kind of neat. Almost as though he came alive in the box. This is also a very nice box too. On the back you can't really see, but sort of a foresty, swampy background behind them I thought was really cool. There's Lion-O, Mumm-ra there. The back here it says, Thundercats is an epic fantasy combining swords and science and boasting ferocious battles between good and evil. And then some other language, looks like Spanish possibly, and French, or French and Spanish possibly. Here they all are in the back. Again, I'm calling him Slith. It might be Slyth. I'm saying Slith. I may be wrong. There is Lion-O again. And on the front here, there is a little, it says here, a snap tag. Now, I first knew about these as QR codes, but they possibly changed QR code to snap tag, or quite possibly this is different than a QR code. This is the Thundercats collector pack made by Bandai, reviewed by Salvador Los Angeles. Ages 4+, so if you're a 2 or 3-year-old watching this, don't watch this, because then you're going to want this toy, and you have to be 4. So you have to be at least 4 to have this Thundercats set. All right, everybody, Salvador Los Angeles here. Thanks for watching. Not as impressive out of the packaging, because that was a really nice box. I really probably should have left them in there, quite possibly. But who has room for a big box like that? I'm very disappointed. The figures look as nice as you can see them. It's an open box, and they look nice. However, I would have taken the articulation. They have some mild articulation. I would have forsaken the articulation in exchange for the ability to stand. The only reason some of these figures are standing right now is because they're leaning on a figure that can stand. The only figures that can stand on their own are Panthro, Slith, and Tigra. And the only reason Tigra can stand on his own is because of his whip there. He's kind of leaning on his own whip. Chitara cannot stand on her own. Lion-O cannot stand on his own. And Mumm-ra cannot stand on his own. And that's very upsetting to me. I mean, the least I expected from these things is that they would be able to stand. They cannot stand. It's possible that I could put them in some boiling water, loosen up the feet, kind of resituate them, and it could possibly stand, particularly on Chitara and Mumm-ra. That's maybe Lion-O too, but that's very disappointing, because that's the least that I would expect in the most basic 99-cent figurine. I would just want them to stand up. So we don't get that here. So let's look at Mumm-ra first. Look, just falls right over. Very nice looking. I mean, they just have great color. I'm what's interesting is I'm not a huge Bandai fan, but when I do find a Bandai thing that I like, I mean, I really like it. So I don't have a huge Bandai collection, but the ones I do have, I do really enjoy. This is Mumm-ra. The only articulation that this figure has is head movement, left to right. No, I take that back. Also waist. So waist and head. Arms stay put. I mean, wouldn't it just be great if this thing could stand? See, he's such a nice little figure. waist twist, head twist, just stand, I would be so happy. Oh, come on. I mean, look at these giant feet. You'd think he would stand with these giant feet. Very nice to look at. He'll just have to lie down, I suppose. Lionel can't stand on his own. He does move at the head, twist at the arm, both sides. That's real cool. And waist. Very nice. Very nice looking figure. Very nice paint. Very colorful. The colors just really stand out on here. This is just a fun little figure. If he could stand on his own. But otherwise, just really neat. Look at that face. Great looking hair. Pointy hair. His glove is really cool. What is that? The Glove of Omens? I think that's what it is. Or the Fist of Omens, something like that. I know that's the Sword of Omens. But I forgot what this is called. Alright, so there's Lionel. I mean, my favorite, of course. I mean, you know, he is the leader of the Thundercats, so. But I mean, just very nice. Why can't he stand on his own? By the way, I mean, I don't need to mention this by now, but this is from the new Thundercats. This is not from the old Thundercats from the 80s. This is from the new incarnation of Thundercats. She has neck movement, and she has, looks like a little bit of, I mean, this is almost kind of pointless. Her right shoulder moves, but she cannot move anywhere. Her right shoulder cannot move anywhere because of this staff, because of her staff. So what's the point? You should have given me, okay, you did. You gave me some articulation in the right. So she has articulation in the right shoulder. She has head movement. She has right shoulder movement, but cannot go anywhere because of her staff. That's what it looks like. And she has a waist. Again, nice looking figure. Hair is, oh, I don't know about this there. And I'm not familiar with the design here. I mean, this is probably cartoon accurate. But I don't like her hair as much as Lionel's hair. But what a cute little figure. If only she could stand on her own. Oh, she's on the ground. Tiger can stand on his own when you have him kind of rest on his whip here. He has head articulation. Shoulder, I believe. Yeah, I forced it. I went ahead and forced it. Yeah, I don't recommend forcing joints, especially on something this small, but I went for it. And waist. It is fun how he can hold the whip and move his arms around. That's kind of neat. You know, he can hold the whip in many different ways. There. You know, it's just really fun. Very nice looking Tigra. All right, so again, when you just put him down, he can kind of rest on his whip. Otherwise, he wouldn't be able to do that. Now, Slith looks like he would have neck articulation because he's got a little slice there, but he does not. He has no head or neck articulation. So I think it's kind of misleading. I don't know why it looks like that. He does have arm articulation. He can only go so far, though, because of his armor here. He can only go so high. And that's it. I believe that is all the articulation that he has. But the good news is he helps to use his tail. He uses his tail to help balance, so that's nice. So unlike some of the other figures, he can stand on his own. He has the nunchucks with the little hands on the ends. He has arm movement at the shoulder, swivel. He has waist twist, and he has head twist. I really like Panthro here. And yes, I believe he can stand on his own. Very nicely. Alright, so here's the entire family again. Slith, Panthro, Mumm-ra, Cheetara, Tigra, and Lion-O. And I gotta say, in order of preference, I like, you know what, I really like Panthro. So I would say I like my top three: Lion-O, Panthro, and mumm-ra. My top 3. If only 3 out of the 6 could stand on their own, that would be amazing. Amazing. But a real cute set nonetheless. You know what, though? I would say if you could get these figures mint in package, and if you have room, just leave them in the package. I think you're probably better off. So I'm going to have to stick these figures somewhere where they'll be able to stand on their own. And who knows where the hell that'll be. All right, this has been Salvador Los Angeles reviewing Thundercats figurines made by Bandai. I don't even know. Should I call them figurines or action figures by this point? I have no idea. Anyway, thanks for watching. Bye-bye.